everybody on the tone. USGT, main, less than 5. Oh, Steve steals it, then gives it back. Oh, come together with Brian down at the furnace. We got Peter out front, Steve in second. 12-3 out of Peter, 13-8 out of Steve, 15-3 out of Brian. 2 laps down. 5 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Steve parks it. He gets it off the board, though. He's got Brian all over him now for third place, or for second place. 12-0 out of Peter. He's got a 4-second advantage on Steve. He goes 12-5. Steve goes 12-3. Hot lap still belongs to Peter at 12-0. Steve going to try to find his way back. Oh, and he rolls it down the straightaway, rolling and tumbling. He's now 5 seconds back.
5 minutes
Settle,
left.
Steve. Settle. Settle in, run your race. Just settle down. Peter turns an 11-5. He woke up the Cherry Blossom car. 12-2 out of Brian. He's in the second spot. 11-9 out of Steve. He's a second and a half behind Brian. Got some work to do to get even the second spot. Peter run a nice conservative line. Runs a 12-0. Brian a 12-3. Steve 11-8. He's on a charge. Oh, he takes out Brian on his way through. It's hard to see from that angle from down here.
4 minutes left.
Yeah. 11-8 out of Steve. 11-8 out of Peter. Peter says, oh, I think he may be coming. I'm going to have to press it a little harder. We got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. The interval's 9 seconds. Steve back to Peter. Or I'm sorry, Peter back to Steve. 11-8 out of Steve. 11-7 out of Peter. That was Steve's hot lap. We got 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Peter in trouble in the carousel. That's going to let Steve close it up.
Peter's still in the lead. Runs an 11-7 that lap, coming up within the halfway point. 3 minutes left to go.
3 minutes left.
Steve 7.9 seconds behind. Brian Popke is 1 lap back. Steve maintaining the gap, runs an 11-9. Peter clicks off in another 11-5. Just a tick slower than his 11.55 with an 11.59. Steve 11.79. Peter with a rough lap with a 12.2 lets Steve close up just a bit. Everybody settling in, running their race. Clicking off laps, coming up on 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes left.
Steve 7 seconds behind Peter. Brian Popke clicking back on a lap. Everybody's settled in. You've got your leader catching up with Brian. Brian taps, leader goes by. Peter with a 12-1 that lap. Steve with a 12-0. 6.7 seconds back, closing that gap, but I think he's going to run out of time in this one with 1:30 to go. Brian Popke runs his hot lap of the run, a 12.163. Steve with a body tuck. It's clear. That one's going to put the nail in the coffin on this one. That body tuck allowed Peter to move out to a 10-second lead. So your running
1 minute
order
left.
is Peter, Steve, and Brian with 1 minute left. Brian with some trouble, rolls it in his beached in front of the driver's stand. Everybody running clean. Steve with an 11.9, Peter with an 11.9. 30 seconds left to go in this one. Steve 12.0 to Peter's 12.0. These two are mirroring each other's lap times. 10 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to get one more lap through. That's time on the clock.
2 is done.
Steve comes home with a second place.
1 is done.
Peter takes the win. Brian Popke on his way in for a third place
Three is done.
finish. GT12, get them ready and bring them up.